I'll turn all my volume down so you can't hear it.
So,
I feel like today's going to be a good race.
I do too.
I have faith. But the man, the myth, and the legend Swankier is here. So you never know what will happen. Oh. Beep 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 beep. That's fine. Well, there's 14 people.
Oh my gosh, and now we're starting. This isn't the time for that debate at all. We can do this after the race. The priority is the race. If you have questions, you can ask them after. Please just let me get this figured out.
Yeah, I just said.
Okay. Alright. 24 driver. There's the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and run our tests. You go ahead and...
Yep. Time to waffle about T-Bones, who's in the MP Sport Motorsport, Swanker in the Prema Racing, Aiden in the ART Grand Prix car, because we're racing in F2 cars for Sprint today. We got Chris in the Prema, we got Joe Clark in the Van Amersfoort Racing team, we have Nathan in the Downs, we have DePont in the Trident, we have Rick Van Bockhoven in the Invicta, we have Dwint in the ART Grand Prix, we got Dr. Boyd in the MP Motorsport car, we have Digenus Out, also known as Alpha, in the Campus Racing team, as well as Tearful Steel alongside him. B's in the Van Amersfoort Racing team as well, and BC is in the Dams. And Indigo just spammed his spectating button. Lovely to see. It's 5 laps.
Wait. I didn't mean to say that to you. I didn't set up the grid. That's like literally the most important part of this right now. Okay, first things first, Brian's dead last.
Oh,
I'm very...
Brodo's put it in attendance.
He put the... what in attendance?
The order in attendance.
Dude, Brodo is actually the GOAT. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Dude, that's saving so much time. Brodo is actually the GOAT. What in the world?
The Big C should start first as well.
Yeah, of course.
Because Big C didn't have any points.
Chris. Teaching Barista is Tearful, I think. Tearful, and then...
yeah.
Swankia. Tearful, Swankier, Dwint. Nathan.
Was the sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Wait, so where's Alpha?
Alpha is Digenus Out.
But he's not on Brodo's list. I'll look in a minute. Why are they readied up? Why are they readied up? Stop. Do not ready up. Okay, I know what to do to fix it.
I'll tell them to don't ready up.
All I had to do was just exit out and go back in. Stataka Italia. Who is... how do you... Stataka. Which one is Stataka? His name's not even up here. I gotta invite him, I guess. I could have swore I did. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Okay, he needs to get in here, and then... let me look at... one more time, let me look at the order. So where would Alpha be in all of this? Alpha would be... in front of Brodo?
Chris, stop readying up.
No, he's in front of. Wow.
Oh, Joe
Okay.
Clark's back.
Yeah, he is. And Taka still isn't in the lobby. Don't know what he's doing, but he's gonna have to miss this then because I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, Alpha. I said Alpha. Alpha is right above Brodo, so he would start one below him. Did it just completely screw up the standings I set up? Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. It's all good. Actually, I'll go from the top of the list.
Brodo's put Beaksy in last.
Yeah, because he's a reserve.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Joe Clark, because Italia's not here. Silver, Clark, Silver, then Nathan, then Dwight, Swankier, then Tearful, and then I think it's Brodo. Yeah, so since it would be Brodo, I think it's... Isn't it Brodo? I think it's Brodo and then Alpha because Alpha's above him. So yes, Brodo, then Alpha, then Chris, then DuPont. Brian is dead last. Dr. Bod is second. Or Beaksy is dead last. No. Should I put No, Beaksy should be in the front. Because he doesn't have any points.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Beaksy, Clark, Silver, Nathan, DeWint, Swankier, Tearful, Brodo, Alpha, Chris, DuPont, Aiden, Dr. Bod, Brian. And because Stataka won't join the lobby, he's just going to miss it. And now we are good to ready up.
I'm said ready up in chat.
All right. Goodness gracious, this was an interesting process to set up.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we could do is just let them do a one-shot qualifying. Yeah, we could. Because that might work a little bit better. But actually, let me go ahead and check. Let me check how I sound really quickly, because I haven't listened to myself. I only listen to you.
Yeah. Wake up, Brian.
Alright, yep, I sound fine.
Right. Let's see how this is gonna go.
Okay, F2 sprint. I have literally no idea what to expect from this race at all. We've never done F2 races or anything with this league before. This is the very first time. And we've done reverse grid sprints before, but never F2. I'm very curious how this is going to work because I've seen races with the F2 cars online before. I've watched them. I've driven the F2 cars in this game myself. They're very different and they're very interesting. And
I think it's fun.
It is very fun, and it makes for a lot of tight battles. All right, Beaksy's going to lead the charge as the lights go out. Beaksy is a reserve driver filling the Whoa, we've already got people in the wall. I think that was DuPont who went to the very back. Look at the pack. 3 wide heading to the first quarter. 4 wide as there's contact in the back of the grid. 2 cars spun. It's Nathan and Brodo, actually. Brodo being involved in the collision for the first time. Or a big collision for the first time. Someone else has just spun. Who just spun out? I didn't see who that was. It's not Nathan. I don't know who spun out. It was Silver.
It was Silver.
Let me go ahead and get up the mini map. I think I turned the map off. More people spinning.
Nathan and Brodo are having really bad time.
This is so weird. Seeing these cars instead of the other ones is... I just saw Tearful and Beaksy just got together.
Massive
It looked like
crash.
Massive... What is happening?
Oh
There's
my god, this is chaos.
What is going on?
God.
I saw the beginning of the Tearful and Dr. Bod crash, and then I go to the back of the grid, and there's 7 other cars. There's still people spun around. Silver is turned around now. What on earth is going on in this race? I knew the F2 cars... Why is Brodo he's soaring through the field? Someone has just stopped in the middle of the track. I think it's Clark. Dude, this is... I did not expect, when I said it was going to be interesting, I didn't expect it to look like this. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Silver is all the way in the back, like completely by himself. I think, dude, I'm at a loss for words. I'm so behind right now. I can't even get my head together to consider what's going on. This is only a 5-lap race, and that was the most interesting first lap I think I've seen. Someone's in the pits right now.
If you look at position change, it's really interesting. So Bod and Brian have both made up 10 places, so they've had mega starts. But you've got some other people who've lost like so many places, like Silver with 11 places. Joe Clark lost 9 places.
Oh, and I just watched Brodo spin. As you were saying that, I happened to catch Brodo spinning around. It's not been a good. I think we're gonna get an overall consensus. I think a lot of people are gonna be unhappy with these F2 cars this time around, and I think part of the problem is a lot of them just straight up forgot that there was an F2 race today. So I'm watching Tearful, Chris, and Beaksy battle a little bit. Are they gonna? I don't think they're gonna push it 3 wide. Are we gonna see another Hamilton and Verstappen moment? I think this is the wrong turn. It is the wrong turn for that. But are they gonna try to push it 3 wide? It looks like they are. I think maybe Chris may have backed off a little bit. We're gonna see a bit of contact from Beaksy. He's gonna go wide off the track. I didn't see the aftermath of the other car. I think that was Chris that he pushed wide. It was. Look at these 3 going at it. Love to see it. These I love the F2 cars. They're just so just weird, to say the least. There's just something about them that just is so different in the game specifically that makes it super entertaining. Like the F2 races in real life, I've never really cared for, but something about the ones in the game.
F2 races in real life are good.
You think they're good? Maybe I just haven't watched enough. I haven't watched them in quite a long time.
I've got to go for a second. One sec.
Okay, I'm seeing DuPont try to make a move on the outside of Chris. But the grid is shaping up quite a bit. I really wasn't expecting it to end up the way it has. We're looking at Dwint in first place with Swankier behind him. Dr. Bod, well, it's about to be Dr. Bod too. Dr. Bod making a move on the inside of Swankier and getting the move done. Brian is a little bit behind Swankier's. I see DuPont has just made a move around Chris. So is Brian Tearful, Beaksy, I think Tearful just spun or went off, he's completely off the track. There's been a lot of that this race too. I don't know what's with so many drivers coming off the track, but there's a lot of drag racing happening as well. The DRS on these cars, I don't think is as strong. Well, it just seems very strong on these cars, especially in the F1 cars. It's really strong, but if I remember correctly, I don't think these cars have ERS. I'm like 90% sure they don't. Yeah, I thought so. There's someone else who's just going around. Is that Clark again? Yeah, it is. And he's just spun it again. So if he catches up in time, which I think he is, I think Silver's just going to get around him and finally be able to race somebody after being by himself for so long. I think did I just see Chris make a move around DuPont again? These two are having a nice battle. I'm going to keep an eye on them for a little while. I see Brodo is caught up to Aiden as well. I don't know if is he really fighting him? I think, yeah, he is. I think he's about to make an overtake now, or did he just spin again? I think he did. I'm looking at him on the mini-map as DuPont gets around Chris.
Has let DuPont go?
He has. I just saw that happen a third time as we're about to be on lap 4. This race has gone by very quickly. I think maybe for the next one we should increase it a little bit, or do you think 5 laps is fine? I think I'm actually starting to feel like 5 laps might be okay, because the chaos that ensued on the first lap completely changed the grid. Brian has already skyrocketed into 4th after starting dead last. And I mean, I get it. It's
Dr. Bod.
Yeah, Dr. Bod too. Swankier is still in 3rd, as well as the Taka just joined. I really like this. This is a very interesting format, and I'm honestly surprised people weren't invested in this sooner. Like, this is very entertaining. There's only 2 penalties on the grid right now with DuPont and Tearful. I think DuPont has a corner cutting penalty, and maybe Tearful got one for contact or something. I'm not entirely sure. If you could check the race director for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, I can. So DuPont got a 3 seconds for a severe collision with Chris. And Tearful got a 2-second penalty for collision with Aiden.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see more penalties after the first lap. I don't even... Brodo just got a 2-second penalty for corner cutting. So I don't even know who it was at the beginning of the races. We're about to enter lap 5. Look at DuPont and BC going side by side. DuPont's going to make another move and promote himself up into 5th place, which is, I think, a few positions above where he had started. So it's 6 positions above. Who just went around? I see someone's gone around. It's Tearful.
It's Tearful.
Again, Tearful's off the track again. He's going to need to get off the racing line. Or is he? Aiden isn't going super fast through this corner. I think he's actually going to be okay. There's been a lot of spinning in these cars. I'm seeing a lot of inexperience. I mean, there aren't a ton of races with these cars, so I'm not really surprised, to be completely honest, that so many people were unprepared, but...
Brian has caught up to Swankier, and he's got DRS.
He has. I'm watching that. I'm watching it right now. I'm seeing Swankier's point of view. I think Brian's going to go ahead and just make a move up the inside, which Brian is known for not making super aggressive moves. This time around, Swankier's going to pretty much give him the bird and just bump him right off the track.
We've also got a battle first between Dwint and Dr. Board.
I see that. I think we're about to come up on a DRS section if Dr. Bod is going to make use of it. Will Dr. Bod get first place in the sprint race, or will Dwint get first place in the sprint race? We're heading up close to that DRS zone. Dwint, after starting in P5, Dr. Bod starting in P12. Swankier just got himself another penalty, or his first penalty, actually. I say another, as Dr. Bod is looking to make a move. He was going up the inside, now he's going to go around the outside of Dwint. Is Dwint going to be able to hold on? He's going to fight back. He's going to push him a little bit wide. I think he's going to hold on for now. Is he going to make another dive up the inside? He's going to have to if he wants a chance at this position. He's going to go for the dive. Is it going to stick? I don't think it is. I think Dwint may just come forth with this position. Is he? It looks like Dr. Bod got the move right back. He did. He's going to take it. Dr. Bod, after starting P12, is going to win. Brian's going to take home 3rd. Swankier is going to be in 4th, and DuPont is going to be in 5th. He almost wasn't if he didn't have that penalty, but that was an interesting race. Wow. I think it was fun. It was a bit confusing at first, for lack of a better word, but I'd say that was fun.
Yes.
So are we allowing people to make reports for this, or will we just apply them to the race finish?
I think there'd be too many to go through, so I'd probably just apply it to race finish.
Okay.
Post the actual race.
And you only get points for the top 5 anyway, so it's not like it really makes a huge difference.
Oh, Swanker said
Poor
he
Silver.
bloody hates FT cars. Ooh. Dr. Bod, great drive though. Avoided all the chaos and got first on the second, or actually the last corner actually.
Alright, so the sprint positions will determine where you start from the race. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, now that I have this pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and pause it and...
Rodo is not happy about the about his sprint race.
Yeah, I know he's not happy. He's in 11th. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's got better pace in the F1 car and can get some points.
If people want to do... Not completely fair if you ask me since a lot of drivers got taken out. Well, the rules were made before a lot of drivers got taken out, so I don't really know what to tell you.
I guess that's just the life of racing. Sometimes
yeah, I mean...
unlucky.
it's not like we didn't make that rule before the race. No, we didn't make that rule as the F2 race was happening. That was set in stone when I made the form.
Yep.
So
Right.
I don't really think we should change it because a few drivers got unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing short qualifying. I just pulled up the normal rules. All right.
Okay.
That was
Time
very...
for the main race.
Indeed. So Dr. Bod and Dwint. Good drive from both of them, obviously. Where did Joe Clark finish? I was kind of curious about him. He ended up getting 12th, unfortunately.
I think he had a few spins, didn't he?
He had more than a few, but... yeah.
Oh, my.
The poor guy. Looked like Brian... What did Brian take home? I think he got... Yeah, he got third. Brian got third. Chris was in seventh. DuPont was in fifth. Brodo was in 11th, which is, I think, why he was upset about the rules. Aiden is in 9th. No, not Chris. Aiden. Not Beaksy. Aiden's in 9th. Silver got basically last. Poor guy. He got robbed, too. He had a rough race for sure. So we got Dr. Bod, Dwint, Brian. Swankier was in 4th.
Oh, the Italian guys here now.
Yeah, I know. He's at the bottom. Swankier, DuPont, Beaksy, Chris, Nathan, Aiden, Tearful above Brodo, Tearful, Brodo, Clark, Alpha, Silver, Stataka. Alright.
Stacca, Italia.
Is it Stacca or Stataka? I keep counting Stataka. It looks like that's what it looks like.
How it's spelled, so.
I'm about to look at it in the server.
It's
yeah,
not like a name that sticks in your head, really.
Oh, it's Staccata.
It's Staccata.
Alright, well, we are ready to go, guys. Grid is all set up. Corner cutting is strict.
Actually, do you want me to check settings?
I'm looking at them right now. Everything's right.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, let's go. I'm going to tell them. Or you can tell them. That works too.
I can tell them.
Alright.
Wonder what weather we'll get as well, since it is written.
Yeah. I'm also, I gotta do better at keeping up with the foolishness that happens within the first couple of corners, because it's really hard, because there's so many drivers, and they're all, Swankier needs to pick his team. Did he do it? I think he did.
Yeah. In real life F1, the commentators don't do the broadcast selections of what cameras are being used, so
yeah,
it's a bit different.
All right, we're here for the actual race. So Brian actually won the race from last week, and I think, Ash is not here. So it was Brian, DuPont, Brett is not here. So Brian, DuPont, Dr. Bod, and Brodo need to be who you're looking at the most this race. Mm-hmm. Especially because of Ash's absence. Because Ash actually ended up losing his lead in the championship because of the last race. I mean, technically they have the same amount of points, but in the standings he dropped down. Chris is definitely looking to have a better race this time around. Nathan, for sure, is looking to have a better race this time around. Honestly, a lot of the grid is. Dwight, after making the questionable pit stop decision and then almost winning the sprint race, which is huge for him, things are looking good. Who's not here?
Clay.
Yeah, I know Clay isn't here.
I think the other Kicksellers not here. That was missing front wing last time.
Neither of them are here today. I'm still waiting for players. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, I think they're just doing the setup and things. I think they're being respectful. So no one's pressed the button yet.
Okay. Oh well, I hear the countdown now. So, all right, 2 more seconds and we'll be racing. Yeah, that definitely wasn't 2 seconds. I can't count. Anyway.
Alright, here we go.
All right. Oh my gosh. We've got 3 jump starts at the beginning of this race for Dr. Bod, Dwight, and DuPont. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think such a thing was possible in this league. Because we've seen somebody got booted off the track. There's more people getting booted off the track heading into the first couple of turns. Oh my goodness. Look at the back of the grid. All of them are almost 3 wide. What just happened to the Alpha? Just got bumped around. He's trying to get around
he hit the curb too much.
Alpha is dropping to the very back of the grid. Let's go up a little bit. Look at Joe Clark. Joe Clark has actually made up a position or two. Brodo's trying to get around the outside of Beaksy, and Beaksy's teammate is going to be right behind him. Are they going to make it through cleanly? They are. And honestly, we may see another overtake from the back part of the grid shortly. As I'm seeing, Swankier did end up picking the right car. I'm seeing that now.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and get the telemetry up while we're at it. A very tame... Well, actually, let's let the first lap finish before I say it was very tame, because I feel like after the last 2 races, even the sprint race, with the absolute foolishness that took place in the first lap, we gotta at least let it finish. I just saw Joe Clark made a move on Nathan, and I'm seeing Dwight and Dr. Bod. Dwight and Dr. Bod are heading to the pitch to serve their drive-throughs that they just got. And Aldea still has to serve his. So I think we're going to see Brian go ahead and take the lead, and then it's going to be Chris in second. As I go to the back of the pack, I'm seeing a battle happen. Nathan's getting overtaken by Aiden, and Aiden's going to make an easy, clean move. Someone just off the track? Someone is off the track. Tearful just retired, and Swankier was all the way off the grid, and that's going to draw a safety car, which is great for Dwint and Dr. Bod, who just had to serve their drive-thrus. Joe Clark just got a 10-second penalty, and Aldea still has to serve his. So if Aldea had just gone to the pits right before... if he had just gone to the pits the same lap everyone else did, all the other ones with the drive-thrus, which I think that's what he's mad about, is if you go to his camera, he was like throwing his wheel around. If he had just gone to the pits... he would have served his drive-through, and then the safety car would have happened.
I don't think that really matters. I think this is actually good for DuPont, because all the other cars will pass the pit lane slower. So it won't be... I don't think it will matter too much, because the grid's too close together. But he'll be back in the pack again.
Oh, you mean after the restart?
After, yeah. He'll probably be around where Dr. Bod and Dwint is now. Or actually, he'll probably be in front of them, because they have to stick to a delta.
Yeah, and you can't serve a drive-thru under safety car, if I remember correctly. I don't know if they changed that or not. Well, he's trying it. I think that's him, isn't it? Oh, Brian's going to head to the pits. I don't think... Did Brian have any damage? Doesn't look like he does. Well, I can't change the camera.
It's also... I think they're going for a very early pit stop, probably onto the hards and to the end of the race, maybe.
More than likely, yeah. Is that... What would you do in this situation? Would you go to the hards, or would you just stay out on the softs?
I would probably pit for the hards, yeah. I'd probably pit for the hards. I think that's what I did last time in the last race in Silverstone, which I won in the end.
I do kind of remember that. I think I tuned into your stream a little bit, and it seems like 6 people have agreed with you so far. I'm seeing almost, well, 5. I think that's 7 people, actually. 7 people agreed with you, all of them going on to the hards. And everyone else is going to have to make another pit stop before the race is over. So as it stands right now...
on soft, so it's not going to be great for them.
Yeah, and as it stands right now, DuPont is going to stay in first. Well, not after very long, because I think he's going to have to pit soon. I think you only get 5 laps to serve your drive-through, and the safety car is going to stay out for at least another one. So he needs to serve it right as the safety car is going in. He's going to have to, and I'm not even sure if it'll let him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be DuPont,
so
Chris...
I think the collision with Tearful Still was where he DNF'd was a collision with Swankier, looking at the race director. And it looks like Joe Clark had a 10-second penalty for severe collision with Beaksy.
He did. I saw that earlier, but I did not see that collision actually take place live. But the grid has changed quite a bit. What I was saying earlier was Joe Clark and Chris have moved all the way up to second and third. Sakata is in fourth with Aiden in fifth. Then we got Nathan, Alpha, Swankier, Brian, Brodo, who's only one position above where he finished in the sprint. Then Beaksy, both the Mercedes of Silver and Dr. Bod, who have not had a good race or a good session in general so far, and Dwayne. Now, Dr. Bod won the sprint, so it was looking good for Dr. Bod, and then I guess he got taken out in the first couple of corners, and
no, he had a drive-through.
Oh, he did. My brain is not working properly right now. You're right. Dr. Bod had the drive-through.
He was in second, is also down there.
Exactly, and I'm seeing overtakes happen under safety car. I'm guessing that's some kind of issue, but
it's just where they've caught up to the pack and didn't realise how slow the pack is going because of the safety car. It looks all good now. Ooh,
oh goodness!
A severe collision.
I'm guessing
for Alpha for collision with Nathan.
Might take a while. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to assume that it was one of those light taps that literally did nothing, but the game determines as a humongous collision. So if that was the case, then please appeal it, and we'll see your penalty removed. But if you did just hit him, then that's on you. But this game, the F1 games for years, love to... I've gotten penalties like that before. My car will breathe on another one, and the FIA is like, FIA gets out a magnifying glass and will see if you have even the tiniest touch, and you'll get a penalty for it, especially with the AI. I really wish they would fix these games. It's a shame that they are what they are, but this one isn't horrible.
Right. Is the safety car going to come in this lap? I sure hope it does, because I'd like to see some racing.
I agree, and I really want to see how the pit strategies are going to play out. Obviously, the last 7 drivers are going to be just fine, and they're going to stick it out to the end of the race. But like Staccato is on 3-lap-old mediums rather than the soft, so he's going to be able to pit a little bit later than everyone else, unless he just grinds his tires into the dirt and has to end up pitting earlier.
Yeah, I guess he could go medium softs, which is a possibility.
He probably could. I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe medium softs is the right way to go in this case, and that might be a penalty. Is that a penalty? I just saw Staccato barely touch the back of Joe Clark, and here we go. DuPont didn't head to the pits. I think, okay, so he has to serve his penalty after this lap. So Chris really doesn't even need to battle him unless he holds him up, as I just saw Nathan get overtaken by Swanky. I almost said Silver. Joe Clark is going to stick it on the inside, or he's going to lose it on the inside to Takata. Takata is going to hold on. I think Chris is going to try to make an overtake on DuPont regardless. Is he moving a little faster than him? It looks like he is. I know he's pumping that ERS. Takata not using it at all, knowing there's no point in battling him. He's going to have to serve the penalty anyway. He's just going to let him through. Aiden and Joe Clark are still going at it. Aiden trying to make... I think he just successfully passed him. He did. Is Joe Clark going to try to get around him again? He's not. And I think that's going to open the door for Alpha to potentially make a move and come on through. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to chill out for now and not really make any moves down the straight. But back at the front of the grid... No, DuPont looks like he's trying to charge and make a move. I think... Oh, I just saw Alpha get a 3-second penalty. I think DuPont is going to try to fight a little bit. Maybe just stay within the slipstream of Chris, but he's... I mean, I guess I can't really say he's holding up Staccato, but he does have to make an overtake now if he's going to do it. And someone just went around again. I think the Ferrari's off the track of Swankier. He is. And like I said earlier, DuPont's just going to let him through, and now he has to serve that penalty. He doesn't really have a choice. And there he goes now to serve it. So it's going to be Staccato, Chris, and Aiden in the top 3. And DuPont just got a speeding penalty.
The thing is, he isn't going to change his tyres again as well, so he's going to need to pit again. This is horrible for him.
So 10-second penalty on top of having to change your tyres again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a disaster for DuPont. This is, honestly, knowing him, this is probably going to be his worst race of the season. Is where was Staccato going? Did you see that? I don't know where he was on the track. It looked like he went super wide, and then Aiden just had to back off. Is he going to try to make a move around his outside? It looks like he is not, actually. He's going to back off and just hold on for now, and that's going to open up, or not open up any doors for Joe Clark, but it's going to allow him to press on and get a little bit closer to the two of them. I'm seeing a lot of drivers still tightly contested. The only two drivers in the back half of the grid was Swanky, who was involved in some kind of collision, and obviously DuPont, who just had to serve that massive penalty. And he's going to have more to serve at the end of the race. I really do think his race is in the bin, barring another safety car, which even another safety car I don't think could help him that much, because that 10-second penalty, I think you can serve it in the pits, can't you? I think you can.
I think a safety car is really the only thing that could help him get back to the pack. Otherwise, I think he's just not going to see the pack and just stay in that position. But
yeah, which
he might be having a battle with Swanky, maybe.
It might be. I just saw Baroto get around Nathan, and I saw someone off the track again.
Swanky.
What? I completely missed. I missed whatever's going on back there. I was trying to go through the entire grid now. Dwint is right behind Beaksy and Silver. And Silver just lost it a little bit. And Beaksy and Dwint are going to get together. I think Dwint is still going to make a move on the inside of both of them. He's not. He's just going to get around Beaksy, but he's not even fully around him yet. He still hasn't solidified a position fully. Beaksy trying to hold it up his inside. And I think, is he going to hold on around the outside? Swankier just got another penalty. And Dwint is actually going to come out successful. He was in a disadvantage for the majority of those corners, and he's going to come out successful. I just saw who just lost 2 positions. I think Alpha did. Alpha may have gone off the track. There is a 4-way battle for 5th, it looks like. Is it? I think it's only 3 right now, but they're still very tightly contested, and all the hard runners are in a huge advantage right now. Especially since we're getting
from 0 in the sprint race to hero in the race, because he's on the hards. And everyone else in front of him's got a pit, and he's like above everyone.
Not to mention the person in front of him also has a penalty. I think it's only, isn't it? Doesn't he have a 10-second penalty? What is it? Yeah, it's a 10-second penalty for Joe Clark, which I believe was for the collision earlier. Who was that? I think, was that Brian? It was Brian making a move around Nathan. Brian happy to have a teammate this time around with Joe Clark. Joe Clark has been missing the last couple of races for various reasons, and I haven't really seen any drivers slowing down or struggling with the tires. The only issue I saw earlier was Silver, and I'm still not seeing DRS on the track. Was that not a DRS straight? I could have swore the first straight was a DRS straight.
No, it's not a DRS anymore, and Swankier has spun.
And is he in the pits? It looks like he is. No, he's not. He's not in the pits. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Now 14th in the real race.
Aiden's starting to catch up to Chris a little bit, and Chris blocking him off nicely. It's been a clean battle so far. I think, is he going to make, I don't know, I thought he was going to try to push his car up Chris's inside. Pause. I'm not really sure what we're... That was an awful joke. I'm not entirely sure what Aiden's strategy is going to be, because everybody in front and surrounding him has to pit quite soon. I don't know how Stataka handles his tires, but looking at the penalties, Alpha has 16 seconds worth of penalties. It's been a disaster for him so far. Him and DuPont are not having a good race, as I just saw Chris lose a position to Aiden, and I thought Chris was going to lose another position to Clark. Chris going wide off the track. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty. He may have gotten a warning for that.
I think the good idea is to undercut the people up front. So I think, like Italia, Aiden, Chris, and Joe, the one that undercuts will be out of their battle, something there, and maybe can have a better go at getting back to the front.
Nathan and Alpha have just gone to the pits, and a safety car, as soon as Nathan and Alpha went to the pits, a safety car comes out. Nathan's going to pit for the mediums, believe it or not. I think Alpha's going to pit for the mediums as well. So this is actually huge for the front runners, and honestly, DuPont as well.
Hard runners in the bin.
kind of surprised. I didn't see what brought out another safety car. I think it was silver.
Just having a look at the incidents on the race director. Yeah, it seems a lot of track limits being exceeded. Right, that's why people get penalties.
And a few penalties have been removed already. I'm seeing 10 seconds what was originally 16. So that's good. And Alpha got his penalty removed. So he's only looking at 6 seconds of penalties now, which is much better for him.
DuPont can get back in the fight now with the safety car. This is what he needed. Because now he can get rid of that 10 seconds and be on the right tyres.
And I think the right move, obviously, is to go ahead and head into the pits. It'd be kind of silly to stay out, but after last race, I think we've learned that any pit stop strategy is possible. Staccata and Aiden's going into the pits. Chris just picked up a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which I think he did last race as well. Brian just got a 10-second penalty for a severe collision. So now we're starting to see more penalties get handed out. And just about everyone is heading into the pits.
No clue who's going to win this race.
Dwight just got himself a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And everyone on the grid is pitted. Literally everyone on the grid has just pitted. Silver's replacing his front wing. Yeah, it was Silver that brought out the safety car. If he's got to replace his entire front wing, I know he is mad. He looked so good last week, and now I feel like he's crumbling back down again. Not that I think this was necessarily his fault, although I didn't see what happened, but...
So, everyone has stopped now, so they don't actually need to make another pit stop.
Well, everyone except for DeWint, who's considering to stay out on the hard tires, which, once again, making another interesting pit stop strategy decision. Oh boy, I have no idea who's going to win this race, because I feel like anybody in the top 6 is capable.
It's going to be almost a sprint to the finish, really.
It is, and I think we're going to start on lap 11, so it's only going to be about 6 laps.
Maybe another lap.
Maybe another, like lap 12?
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, completely unrelated, but I just want to throw this out there. Tomorrow is my birthday. Not that has necessarily anything. I'm only mentioning because this entire time I've had this league, I was hoping that we would have one race on my birthday, and I think this is probably the closest I'm going to get, because I believe my birthday next year is on a freaking Monday. Oh, Dwin's going to go ahead into the pits now.
And disqualified for some reason.
Okay. A lot has just transpired in the last couple of... So Dwint just got disqualified. Brian got another penalty, and he's pitting again.
Ignoring yellow flags, apparently.
Wait, but why is he pitting? Brian has 20 seconds worth of penalty.
Not good for a championship leader.
Oh my goodness. So I think at this point, unless the top 12 drivers all get wrecked in the same crash, like a black hole appears in the middle of the track, Brian's race is over. He did remove the 20-second penalty, and he now only has 10 seconds, but with how tight this race has been, 10 seconds might as well be 20. This is... Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
To get a 10-second gap to other people, so... I think it's going to be hard for him and for Chris with that 10 seconds.
No, you cannot use AI Staccata.
Yeah, you can.
Actually, yes, you can use AI, because we have it set to 30, so if you want to go from first to last place, you're more than welcome to.
No, like, it's because under safety car, the AI warms up the tyres better.
Oh, well, you can use AI under safety car, yeah, but you can't use it during the race. I thought you were asking during the race. I mean, if you want to use it during the race, you can. It's just like I said, you're going to go first to 13th in a couple of laps. We did it like that intentionally because I kept noticing very early on in this league, people would intentionally turn on AI to go faster, and yeah, I'm not dealing with that in a championship where there's money involved.
I said we allow AI on the safety car because there's no way to regulate it. We can't just give penalties for like seeing people in AI.
Oh no, yeah.
Because it'll take ages to check everything, and you don't really have the stuff to do that. And anyway, it's just warming up tyres really, and everyone can do it. It's not like it's only available to one person.
Yeah, and I personally don't really care, to be honest with you. Like, if people want to do that for the safety car, I've never had an issue with that.
Really warming up his tyres. When he's hit a polystyrene barrier.
Swanky warmed up his tires so well he went off the track and almost killed the Mercedes. All right, well, now that everyone's pitted about 1,700 times, Staccata is getting on the gas very early. Holy cow, he didn't wait a second, and he's going to get an amazing start. He's going to start the lap after the safety car a second ahead of second place, and Chris is going to be right behind him. Holy cow, that was not the start I was expecting. I mean, Staccata...
Magnificent race, safety car restart.
Exactly, and Staccata is actually new to this league, and he's going to bump. Chris has bumped Aiden a little bit. Did he get wing damage from that? I don't think he did. I think the collision was just a little bit too minor to produce any damage, but Beaksy just got himself a penalty. I think that's his first one, if I remember correctly. It looked like, yeah, that's his first one, and oh boy. Here goes Brodo and Chris once again battling. Will we see another clip it, then clip it? Will we see another one of those moments as the camera switches on me for literally no reason, and Chris is going to go side by side with Dr. Bod. Dr. Bod's going to make the move stick. Oh, Dr. Bod may have just gotten himself a warning going off the track like that. You get so many easy warnings and penalties easily. I thought I saw something happening back behind, but we're going to keep an eye on Chris, Dr. Bod, and Brodo as they're going to continue to battle through the next couple of corners. DRS is not yet activated, and it will be during the next lap.
Oh,
look at Brodo. Brodo going for many aggressive moves, trying to get as many positions as he can as the race is winding down. He's just skyrocketed himself at the end of second. I know he's still mad about his finishing position in the sprint, so that has to be fueling his aggressive driving right now. I respect it. Staccata with the fastest lap in the race. Now, I know we've had plenty of safety cars, where there's also been plenty of driving as well. So the fact that he just came in and took that fastest lap off of a safety car restart is kind of crazy. That was basically just a hot lap for him. And he's almost 2 seconds up the front of the pack as Aiden is trying to go around the outside of Dr. Bod, or vice versa. Flip it for me. Both drivers getting DRS. I think Chris got it behind as well. He did. I don't think he's going to have enough time to make a move. I don't think anybody's going to make a move on this next straight or these next couple of turns. Everyone's just going to stick behind. Swankier just got around Silver. And did I just see a mistake? What was that? Did you see that? Was that a mistake, or did I overlook it? I think Dr. Bod just held on his position from Chris, and they're going to chill out for a while.
Here comes Brian on Beaksy.
Are they still side by side? They are. Beaksy trying to hold the outside of Brian. Is Brian going to be able to get through cleanly? They're going to make it cleanly. There's a little bit of contact on the inside of each other. How are they going to make it through the snake? Are they going to be okay? They are. Beaksy's going to wisely back off and give Brian the position through. Beaksy, a reserve driver, filling in for the McLarens who didn't show up today, surprisingly. One of them did. Nathan did, but his teammate didn't. I believe his teammate was here last race, as I'm seeing the Mercedes of Silver trying to make a move on the inside of Swankier. He's probably going to go for a dive bomb if I had to take a guess. That's what Silver normally does. Not a dive bomb. He's going to hold it on the inside. He's going to back off a little bit. Go for what looked like the start of a switchback, but his tires spun a little bit too much, and he's not going to get the move done. Is he going to pump the ERS and DRS to try to get this move done on this next turn? He is. And we're going to see Hamilton Verstappen all over again. Oh, my goodness. The McLaren, the Mercedes, and the Ferrari all involved in the crash. But really, the Mercedes and the McLaren getting the worst of it. I don't think that's going to be enough to draw out another safety car. But
Silver is fuming.
It was literally the exact same collision as Swankier picks up another penalty. Alpha getting around
Dr.
the
Bod's in
outside.
second.
Dr. Bot is in second, and he's still not gaining any time. So Staccato ahead. That was a wonderful start from Staccato. I know we said that a couple times, but I mean, it's really putting things into perspective. He's still ahead by 3 seconds a lap later, and it doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down. It seems Chris has lost his way a little bit. He was right behind Brodo, Aiden, and Dr. Bod, but he's now second behind Aiden, and he's not going to be getting DRSs a while. Brodo's going to make a move around the outside of Dr. Bod, and Dr. Bod is going to slow down a little bit. I don't think Aiden's going to have enough time to make a move on either of the two drivers, obviously. I thought maybe he might try to do something aggressive because we've seen some crazy dive bombs from some strange positions, and I really just don't know what to expect from anybody anymore. So, RJ, from your perspective, looking at the tire situation, the positions, and obviously the absurd amount of penalties we're looking at, we're seeing 10, 6, 10, and then 6 and 3. Who do you think is going to win this race?
Oh, I think it's pretty obvious at the moment. I think it's going to be Stataka Italia. For quite obvious reasons. But I'm quite excited to see who gets second in the end.
Yeah, especially since
Brodo and Dr. Bod are having a great battle at the moment.
And did you see that little touch on the outside of Dr. Bod's car? Brodo, I think he touched Brodo a little bit on the outside or vice versa. Silver's going to get himself another penalty. Silver is so unhappy today. I know he is. And Beaksy just went around again.
Let's see if Aiden can get in the mix of this Dr. Bod Brodo fight.
I was just thinking that same thing earlier because when that touch happened, Aiden got a little bit closer. Maybe he backed off a little bit. It looks like Aiden can't really keep up with him in the corners, but on the straights is where he's getting a lot more speed. It might just be his setup, though, as Brodo's going to get around Dr. Bod. But you see what I mean? Every time they get to a quarter, he starts to slow down a little bit and loses some time. Like it just happened there.
I think that is Swankier spun.
Swankier did spin again. I see it on the mini-map. Mm-hmm. What a lovely battle from the top.
Second to third.
Yeah, my brain couldn't process. I kept wanting to say top three. It's not the top three. It's really the almost top three.
Is now chasing Chris as well with Joe Clark directly behind him.
And what's interesting about this is Chris is now 2 seconds behind Aiden, and so Chris is completely dislodged himself from that other battle, and it looks like that other battle has calmed down as I can see it from the top half of the map. No moves are being made by DuPont, Clark, or Chris, but they're definitely going to be in the next couple of corners as Chris is slowing down quite a bit. I thought DuPont was going to try to make... Oh, DuPont is going to try to make a move. There's going to be room for it. I think Chris is going to defend him, or not defend him. I think he's going to hold on to the position for now, but Chris doesn't have the ERS to keep DuPont behind, and he's just going to let DuPont through, and he's going to have to fight off Clark behind. Is he going to let him through cleanly? No, he's not. DuPont's going to get bumped off the track a little bit. I said Depart. I meant Clark. And they're going to fight each other through the S's, or not really. They're just going to hang one behind another in the S corners. Chris is going to get the DRS from DuPont, just barely. Clark as well. Who's going to have more ERS towards the end of the straight? The Clark is, but they're not going to make any moves. Potentially coming into the last two corners. As Clark is going to spin. Clark's going to spin it. He's going to bin it, and that's going to. He's going to half spin close enough, and his teammate's going to get around him. And they almost touched. It looked like he almost did a similar thing. That is so heartbreaking for him. His teammate is going to get right through Brian. Oh my goodness! And now Chris is just going to be Chris and DuPont fighting for 5th place. Is Clark going to let his teammate continue to lead, or is he going to fight him? Brian isn't going to... Wait, I think... Is Brian going to get... If he finishes where he is, he's not going to lead the championship anymore. I think Dr. Bod... Actually, I think Dr. Bod is still going to be behind him, but he's not going to be behind him by much. He's only behind him by like 3 points. I think it's 5 points, actually, in the standings. And so far, Dr. Bod is potentially going to take home second if he can keep up this battle with Brodo. Brodo losing even more times to Staccato. So Staccato pulling a Brian from last week. He's just going to pull ahead from the rest of the grid. No one's going to be able to catch him as Aiden, Dr. Bod, and Brodo are super close. And there's going to be plenty of DRS and ERS being used on the straight. Dr. Bod with 90 plus. Look at him. He's just going to...
Ooh.
I thought
And
he was going to fly
Aiden
around
goes
the
through.
outside. Oh. After all of that, Aiden's going to go through and they're going to spin. Brodo and Dr. Bod are going to spin, half spin. I think Brodo, or who went completely around? Brodo went completely around. I know he's furious. I know he's swearing in that voice chat. He has to be. And now it's going to be a three-way battle for 4th place. Chris has just been...
Pont is right behind, ready to get past Brodo, and he's going to make it into first corner.
He is going to make it in the first quarter. I think Brodo partially just let him through. Look at Chris. Chris is also potentially going to make a move soon. He kind of has to. He doesn't have that much time to do it. 1 lap and not a ton of corners left.
And Chris and Brodo, as you know, great rivals.
Long-time rivals.
Track.
Lots of arguments on track and voice chat, and I'm sure in DMs and in the chat of the server. But Chris doesn't have a lot of ERS. Brodo does, and I think that might be the reason Chris is going to... Well, it's going to be the reason Chris is going to have to save. I think he's saving right now. I'm not seeing the flashing on the back of his car. He needs to be saving. But holy cow, let's just... For a moment, while there's no crazy battling happening, because there really isn't, I'm seeing Dr. Bod has caught up a little bit to Aiden's, which they're going to need to make some moves soon, too. Joe Clark is still behind his teammate. Alpha is behind Nathan. But what a drive from Staccata to just pull away like that at such short notice. Yeah, starting in dead last, not even being able to do anything in the sprint. Dr. Bod trying to get around Aiden. He's going to get it done. Aiden's going to have to dive bomb him in this next turn if he wants a prayer of taking home 2nd place. Is he going to do it? I don't think he is. He's going to hold off. We might see something. Oh, DuPont just spun. DuPont just spun. What? Brian just cut. What in the world just happened? Staccato's going to win the race. Dr. Bod is going to get 2nd. Chris is going to take home 4th. What the heck just happened with Brian? And okay, so much is happening right now.
Yeah.
So many unserved penalties. A lot of unserved penalties. People are dropping to the back of the grid. Chris is in 7th right now. He's in 8th. Brian, dude, what the heck is going on? I'm so confused right now. A lot just happened in the ending of that race. The commentary for the last few corners of the lap is going to be so trash. Swankier spun again, getting around the end of the track, and I'm sorry, dude. I'm at a complete loss for words right now. I think Brian... Okay, DuPont spun or something. Okay, DuPont spun... And then Brian just went straight through him as a ghost.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened.
Congratulations to Staccata.
Yeah, congrats.
Dude, my head is in 400 different
season.
places. That was nothing but pure chaos.
Fastest lap as well.
Fastest lap. Brodo just left. I know he's furious. He got 4th, but
Oh wow! I think it was so much chaos during that race. So many incidents, and yeah, well done, Staccata.
Let's just call him Stack.
Dr. Bod in 2nd. He won the sprint race and got 2nd. Good recovery from that drive-through at the start. And Brodo's done well recovering from his bad position in the sprint.
On top of the penalties and stuff as well, which I didn't even take into consideration in the final grid. I was so dead set on just looking at them being like, oh yeah, they're going to finish in this position. Joe Clark made the top 5. He missed 2 races, comes back, makes the top 5. DuPont ends up in 6th. Dr. Bod ended up in 2nd. After starting dead last, Stack is going to take home 1st place.
Stack.
I mean, what an opening.
I think we need a proper name for him.
I think Stack is fine. I like it because it's funny. What an incredible race, honestly. Dude, the races this season have been so good. They have been amazing. Like, just pure cinema to watch. And it just makes me think... You see, he's even telling me to call him Stack. I see his comment. Dude, this just makes me wish that we had live stream all Staccata means dive bomb. Okay, good to know. Like every race up to this point from season 1 onward, which would have been impossible. There's no way I could have did it. My computer was garbage. But just imagine a commentary team over the ridiculousness that has gone on through this league. Because I feel like maybe it's just something different about season 7, but I feel like this season has just been particularly interesting in a way that a lot of the other seasons haven't. Maybe it has something to do with the skill of the drivers. That has a lot to do with that because we got some really good competition. But what a drive from Stack, man!
Great drive.
Yeah, very impressed, very happy, very entertained. And I don't even have the thing for the next track photo up. So let me go ahead and make that now.
Yeah, they're all talking now in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for a bit because I need to talk to someone.
All right. I won't be here for long. I'm gonna let them vote. I'm gonna eat lunch, come back, and then I'll tell them what the track is.
Yep.
I haven't eaten anything today. Like, I think I had part of a bowl of cereal. I haven't eaten at all. I woke up and then I was helping my parents run their nonprofit. And that's pretty much been my day so far. And I came back and I did this, so I literally haven't eaten anything aside from that little bit of breakfast. Why is Silverstone still here? I literally just took it off. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and send this track vote link into the server. You guys can go ahead and vote. I'm going to eat lunch, come back, and then whatever the track is when I come back is whatever the most voted track is when I come back is what it'll be. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I did. I'm so tired. And I will see you guys next week. I think it's next week, what, the 22nd or something? The 23rd, not the 22nd. So yeah, see you guys.